Hello, good evening. Today is 13th of August 2020. And dear friend, today I will deliver a brief lecture on the status of work in India and way forward amid COVID-19. This is very important to talk about the work because lots of economists and people are talking about the unemployment issue in India amid this COVID-19. But dear friends, we should know about the status of work in India and what next after COVID or post COVID-19. So, we all know that India today has a population of nearly 138 crore. Maybe it is 140 crore. The census will very soon in 2021. But maybe it is about 138 crore. And of this, about 75% of, or about 100 plus crore are said to be in the working age, usually calculated at above 15 years and plus. And taking the broadest definition of employment to include any kind of paid work, formal or informal salary, daily wage or self-employment, or informal salary, daily wage or even daily wage of as a self-employment, till 2020 February, when there was a pre-coronavirus pandemic era and the national lockdown, about 40.4 crore Indians were employed. And this survey and research study has been done by CMI. This is a very prestigious research institute. And at that point, that means pre-COVID-19 till February 2020, 3.4 crore were estimated to be unemployed. So this was the status of work or employment in pre-COVID-19 India. So when we talk about the sector wise, just to complete this all picture, sector wise employment in the non-agriculture sector is we can say it as a 72% of the casual workers are engaged in construction, and 14% in manufacturing, and then there was a 12% in other services. And dear friends, also there is about 12% again of these self-employed are engaged in trade, hotel and restaurants. And then that study said that 10% was in manufacturing sector and only 5% in transport, storage and communication sectors and 4% in other services. So this was the whole scenario of the employment as per sector wise. And among the regular or salaried workers, 22% work in manufacturing, 14% in trade, hotels, restaurants, etc., and 13% in transport, storage, communication, and 8% in finance, business and real estates. So this all I am talking about of the pre-COVID-19 era. And amid COVID-19, when the case of COVID-19 came in this country, reported in this country in March, the sad part of the reality is that the job losses are going to be across the board till date. Today is 13th August. And across all levels, across industries, across geographies, and some may be less in sector like IT and ITEs, and more in troubles. Maximum Sad part is in travel, tourism, aviation, hospitality, food and retail, etc. So different, most likely manufacturing, most likely there is also unemployment is in manufacturing too. But these all we can see in the scenario of universal scenario, that is the impact is going to be near universal. So this is not only in India, this we all must know. And we were built for work and the dignity it gives us as human beings, regardless of its status or pay. The practical implications of the principle are far reaching, the principle of employment, and we have the freedom to seek work that suits our gifts and passions. So work is very much important when we're talking in the field of economics, because work is our livelihood, dear friends. So unemployment rate in India averaged 9.21% in 2018 until 2020. This was the scene, reaching an all-time high of 23.50% in April of 2020 when COVID came. And till the end of June or mid of July, till end of June, that's set up to 27.3% unemployment rate. That is a record low of 6.70% till 2018. So jobless among the youth, those aged between 15 to 29 years and who account for roughly over a third of India's 1.38 billion people, was also marginally lower at 22.5% in the quarter ending March 2019, pre-COVID era, and from 23.7% in preceding quarter. So this is the status we should know before talking to the way forward. And India's economic growth fell to an over 4-year low of 5.8% in January-March period in that year. So the coronavirus or COVID-19 crisis had led a spike in the country's unemployment rate to 27.11% of the week ended up to May first week or May 3rd. And that is up from 7% level before the start of the pandemic in mid-March, which I earlier told you. And this whole study was done by the Center for Monitoring Indian Economy, that we called as CMIE. And that center said that 27 million youth in the age around 20 to 30 years lost their jobs till April 2020. Following the nationwide lockdown to prevent the spread COVID-19. 4.2 million of these young men and women were working in 2019-20, and in April 2020 their numbers were down to 20.9 million. So this is exact number they published. And according to that CMI, another 14 million jobs were lost in the age group of 25 to 29 years. And they said that this loss again was disproportionately high, as the group accounted for 11.1% of total employment in 2019-20, but it accounted for 11.5% of the job losses. So they said that further 33 million men and women in their 30s, that is at the age of 30s, lost jobs in April 2020, out of which 86% of the jobs losses were among men. So this was the fact. And according to CMI, job losses among the young population would have implications on savings. As a student of economics, we all know the importance of savings. And while households may well conserve cash during the times, the loss of jobs among the young deprives households of the extra cash that is mostly saved for either buying a house or durables or for retirement. So this was also a report published by the CMI. And the steep fall in the unemployment was attributed to people returning to work amid reverse migration to urban areas and economic stimulus package announced in late May. just remember. And they said that people are getting back to work now. And this is a good sign. And then the Minister of Skill Development also conducted Pandit Deen Dayal Upadhyay online job fair during this, amid this COVID-19, in two phases between July 16 to July 6 to and July 12, with at least 1 lakh jobs expected to be dispensed in the period. So this was some positive side of the revival of the job. And when we talk about the nature of work, naturally the nature of your work will change after this COVID-19 effect. And the COVID-19 pandemic is likely to change India's labor force dynamics as migrant workers return home and more people are forced to accept informal jobs and lower wages. So this was the some problems regarding the reverse migration. And here we should know now way forward that there is no difference between capability and capability. Dear friends, capability means usability or utility. That is becoming more important than capability in the times to come. When I am talking about way forward, that is post COVID-19. And in the job market of tomorrow, that means post COVID-19 era, both capability and capability will become of paramount importance as jobs change, work changes, working space change, compensation changes, work hours change, and work availability itself becomes a source of stress and anxiety. So here we must also know the journey of agility. That means Accenture says that organizations will want to be build competitiveness with which they had invested in before, to be more digital, data driven, and in the cloud, to have more variable cost structures, agile operations, and automation, to create stronger capabilities in e-commerce and security. So this agility will be the core to the future. And then next, we have to redefine and reskill and redeploy the resilient workforce, because we all know the post-COVID organization will look to doing many concurrent initiatives, predicting demand shifts, accessing skill profiles, connecting workers at scale, sometimes even though highly unlikely alliances, create platforms for accelerated learning and nature and foster shared resilience. And then the way forward is we have to reset for a new mindset. That means companies are starting to re-evaluate how contact center should be leveraged, how employees deliver relevant consumers experiences, and how digital channels can be used to support business continuity through the crisis and beyond. So dear friends, companies are also considering the impact of these all changes on the way they design, communicate, build, and run the experiences that people need and want. So this is all I am talking about post COVID-19 era. And then there is a de-risk to build an intelligent enterprise. That means becoming an intelligent enterprise means shifting from top down decision making, empowering teams guided by purpose, driven by data, powered by technology, and enabled by cloud for faster speed to market. And it calls for raising rigid structures that emphasizes territory and control, and creating a porous organization with modules that plug and play. So the intelligent enterprises is capable of dynamic self-management and we can say it and many more things to come. So when we talk about way forward, then we have to think that we have to first survive, then thrive. That means companies are faced with short-term liquidity challenge, as also the need to look at cost and profitability. Funds are also needed for investment in new opportunity, including M&A, faced with plummeting sales and revenues and increased costs. So interventions are needed in key technologies, processes, and people. And then when we will talk about the next step, that means building the strength to succeed in a never normal world. So here we have to believe that in near future there will be never normal world. So as business juggle a range of new systems, priorities and challenges, business continuity risks sudden changes in volume, real-time decision making, workforce productivity, security risk. Leaders must act quickly to address immediate system resilience issues and lay a foundation for the future. So what is the future? Future work and nature of the work. Then there will be careers, workspace, work culture, skilling, learning, unlearning, relearning, and the choice that lied ahead. And what all those we should understand as a youth or young students or young participants, we can say that now the way forward is post COVID-19 era is there is a severe loss of jobs. You assume this. Salary cuts for many who do retain their jobs. Older employees, mid-level employers are at more risk. Anxiety, frustration, helplessness, even suicides may be the tendency which we all should avoid. Constant sort of domiciles over new jobless at work. Jobs in contact with others. Physical proximity. Exposure to disease will fall from favor. And frontline jobs will lose attraction. This I am all talking about after COVID-19. That is post COVID-19 era. That is way forward. Entrepreneurs are at risks. Startups will falter. Greater opportunities for women in work from home. This is a great opportunity for women. In near future, women will get more opportunity to work from home. Informal economy in tatters, and gig economy jobs could see an uptick. That is a shift from full-time 9 to 5 job to an on-demand freelance and task-based economy is termed as the gig economy. This we all know. And gig workers include self-employed, freelancers, independent contributors and part-time workers. So these all are the work way forward when we will defeat COVID and come in the new world. And then in our profession, that is teaching and learning, will turn remote as we are doing at present moment. New contours in many industries. There will be new contours in many industries. Entertainment, live performance, specters, sports are in a verge. New opportunities in data literacy, data science, data analytics and data visualization. These all are the new opportunity for the young population. Greater demand for cloud computing, artificial intelligence, mechanical learning, blockchain and cyber security skills are will be the need of our jobs for those with higher emotional intelligence. And dear friends, there are many more. That is, new types of service at homes jobs will emerge after COVID impact. Multiple jobs to make ends meet. More employment in smaller towns. This is a great opportunity for the youth of this country, that there will be more employment in smaller towns because Atmanirbhar Bharat and Vocal for Local is there. More flexible jobs will be provided. Robots may replace humans, so beware that we have to fight with robot also. Overseas migration and intra-country migration may slow down now after COVID, and more automation in agriculture will be seen after COVID-19, and rhythmic workplace in the future will be there. So we should not ignore all this reality, and we have to fight back, and we have to leave our individualistic approach and work together and fight together to return to our normal economy, dear friends, because we all know now globalization is melting, and really Atmanirbhar Bharat or Vocal for Local will be the reality in this country. And for that, we all have to see the way forward through our ability, through our capacity, through our capability, through our capability, and we have to present ourselves in the labor market to get a good and dignified work for near future. And we have to not be in the state of frustration, but we have to search the route, search the way to get a new type of job, which is a changing nature after the pre-COVID, after the COVID-19 effect, dear friends. So this all was this brief presentation that what was the status of work or employment in pre-COVID, and what is amid COVID situation, and what is the way forward for the job market. Thank you.